Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the online lecture series of environmental science. In the previous lectures, we were discussing about the consequences or effects of air pollution. You must have watched the previous lectures. Today, we are going to discuss about the control measurements of the air pollution. What are the ways, what are the means, what are the approaches through which we can control the air pollution so we can mitigate the impacts of air pollution on the human being, properties, living organisms and all ecological systems. So, control of air pollution. Control of air pollution, if we see the air pollution, we have two different types of pollutants. One, we have suspended pollutants, or we say suspended particulate matter pollutant, and another type of pollutant we have a gaseous pollutant, and we have different approaches or different methods or different measures to control the gaseous pollutants and suspended particulate pollutants. What type of pollutants we are going to or we are supposed to control? We are supposed to apply different methods or different approaches or different measures, be it gaseous pollutants or be it a particulate or suspended particulate pollutants or particles. So, if we look how to control the pollutants, it is always better to control and check the pollutants at the source before actually releasing into the atmosphere or into the air. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to check and control the pollutants as far as possible, not to release in the atmosphere, not to add into the air. So for that, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to check the pollutants on the very source from which it actually originates. Be it originating from the industrial source, be it originating from the automobiles, be it originating from different other means. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to control the pollutant emission at the very first, that is the source that's from it gets originated. So for that, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to change our raw material. Raw material means the fuels used in industries, in factories, in automobiles, in domestic source and for other in the other sectors. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to switch on to such materials which are less polluting in nature. Means if we are using coal based fuel, means if we are using coal, then coal is using too much amount of suspended particulate matters, too much amount of nitrogen oxide, too much amount of sulfur oxide and other particulate pollutants. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to change the raw materials or the fuel which is characterized by less polluting in nature. Substituting coal, we can use diesel, we can use kerosene, but for the same cause, if you are changing the fuel, you are supposed to change the process or operating system at the same time. So first, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to change the raw materials. If we are using high sulfur content based fuel, then what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to desulfurize, means remove the sulfur from the coal and then use the coal so as to get the emission of the pollution from right on the surface of right on the generation of the pollutant. Then what we can change the process. If we are using any old or conventional basic method for generating heat in industries, in factories, then we are supposed to change our process into some modern one so as maximum amount of fuel gets utilized and less amount of pollutants being released into the atmosphere. Then we may change the equipment itself. If we are using a previous conventional type of air pollutant control machinery in any particular industry, in any particular factory, and if we are having an advanced technology which is controlling too much amount of pollutant, be it particulate pollutant or gaseous pollutant, then what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to replace the equipment by replacing older conventional one with a new advanced one, so that the pollutants get checked within the source itself. Then what we can have other methods to control the particulate pollutants. We have so many methods to control the suspended particulate matter from being released from the industries. And before controlling the suspended particulate matter, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to study the characteristics of the particulate pollutants emitting from particular industry or particular source. What are the characteristics we are supposed to study? We are supposed to study the size or diameter of the particulate pollutant, amount of the particulate pollutant, nature of the particulate pollutant. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to go through the characteristics of the particulate pollutant we are supposed to control. And while controlling the suspended particulate pollutant, it is already discussed, we have two different pollutants, air pollutants. It may be a suspended particulate matter and it may be a gaseous pollutant. As far as the particulate pollutant control is concerned, we have so many devices. First ever device, we have a gravity settling chamber. Gravity settling chamber. Gravity settling chamber. This work on the principle of gravity and settling. With the passage of time, suspended particulate matter gets settled down on the particular machinery and gets removed with the passage of time. We will try to discuss in detail in the previous lectures. And the next very equipment we use to control the particulate pollutants in the form of machinery is as Venturi scrubbers or scrubbers. Then we have another device to control the particulate pollutant which we call a cyclone separator or inertial separator. Inertial separator. Then we have devices, very effective device, bag filters, or we call packet bag filters, and we have the most effective device for removing particulate pollutants from any industrial source is electrostatic precipitator. This is the most effective device. So these are some of the devices we are used to control the particulate pollutant emitting from any industrial source or from any other unit. The purpose of installing such devices or such equipments in the industry or the factory itself is to check the particulate pollutant at the very source of the generation of the pollutant. So these are the equipments we are supposed to install or put into the industry so that the amount of pollutants emitting from the particular industry in the form of suspended particulate matter gets reduced to mitigate the impact of air pollutants on our environment. So then we have gaseous pollutants. Gaseous pollutant. And how we control of gaseous pollutant? We have different methods of controlling the gaseous pollutant in as carbon monoxide is there, nitrogen oxide is there, sulfur oxide is there, and so many other gases, hydrocarbon is there, so many other gaseous pollutants are there. And to control the gaseous pollutant, we have different approaches and different methods. And the approach or the methods to control the gaseous pollutant is, first is absorption method. Absorption method. What happens in case of absorption? We use a solvent and the pollutant or gaseous pollutants are allowed to pass through such pollutants, and as the pollutant comes in contact with the absorption medium is a solvent actually, then the pollutant gaseous gets dissolved on this solvent. Then next is adsorption method. Adsorption method. Adsorption method means the gaseous pollutants are supposed to pass through any such substances which have the capability to adsorb, means it attach the gaseous pollutant onto the surface of itself, and we are using activated carbon, silica gel, and so many other substances. We will try to discuss in detail later on. Then we have incineration method. Incineration method. In case of incineration method, what we do, we use the fuels for combusting the pollutant gases to convert the less pollutants. For example, we use pollutants releasing from any particular industry which is more hazardous in nature, and on combustion we convert the pollutants into carbon dioxide and water, and comparatively the impact of carbon dioxide or the water itself is negligible or none in nature. So these are some of the methods we use to control the gaseous pollutants, be it particulate pollutants or be it gaseous pollutants. We have different approaches, we have different methods to control the gaseous pollutants and particulate pollutants, and we will try to discuss in detail the particulate pollutant control devices in detail in the next very lecture. And the devices are gravity settling, Venturi scrubber, cyclone separators or inertial separators, we say bag filters, package bag filters or electronic precipitators, and then we will try to discuss about the control of gaseous pollutants, how we can control the gaseous pollutants. These are some of the methods we can use to control the gaseous pollutant emitting from any particular industry or factory itself. So in the next very lecture we will try to discuss these devices in detail. Till then, stay home, stay safe, best of luck.